Bink. Excadrill.
Yeah, and I was gonna take them out, but I had just put icy hot on my calves. I was like, what?
Huh? What's that?
What'd you say?
Can you please silence your cell phone? We have a podcast.
Oh, hey.
Hi.
You know it doesn't work? I'll tell you this right now. Pumpkin macchiato. Too much coffee.
Tell me about it.
What do you mean?
It's too much espresso to the pumpkin ratio.
Tell me about it. Hi.
So,
You can
hi.
try it if you want. I took a sip out of this. You can take a sip straight from the cup. But it's just
No, I don't want your backwash in my face.
well, I didn't even get to that. I just kind of sipped the coffee frothy.
I was sleeping.
Frothy coffee.
It's too hot, so I definitely didn't.
And then he was like, here, have a pumpkin donut.
Go ahead.
I
It's
was
like
okay.
I'll open my mouth, but not my eyes.
it smells like it would be okay, but it's just like too bitter with the pumpkin flavor.
Ready?
See, I like that because I only do one pump of pumpkin in anything pumpkin. So I like, because I don't eat too much, but I like a little bit.
3, 2, 1. Go Nintendo podcast.
Yeah,
Webisode
Pumpkin Macchiato
530.
podcast.
The Excadrill podcast.
You know what, Nikki Hill? Now that I've got it in my mouth, I have to say.
Oh, I didn't put a bag in there?
Oh.
I'm sorry. If you're feeling extra helpful, their bags are right there to the right
In the white basket.
in the white basket, like garbage can level. You got it. Thank you. Sorry about that.
It is a little bit bitter. It's like the espresso was like bad.
Mom,
or
Brain, could you
something.
please tell us about Excadrill?
Excrement.
That's drill.
What?
Not to be confused with the popular shoe Espadrille. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Didn't I just tell you to silence
Didn't I
your phone?
just tell you to eat a fart?
I'd like it if you didn't share our bedroom activities on the podcast.
Fart eater. Excadrill. It was a long one. Has a dark brown body with diagonal red splotches. And they are splotches. I'm looking at him.
Going squatching?
You're the one that likes to squatch. Look at the cat. He's out of his mind. These markings are on its front with 2 under each arm and 2 on its back. It has short legs with small narrow feet, each containing 3 toes. Its small white face is long and thin, tipped by its pink nose. Its eyes are set back on either side of the bridge of the nose.
Look at his nose.
Under them on each side are 2 thin red stripes. A large blade, roughly twice as large as its face, extends from its forehead. The top of the blade contains 2 smaller blades resembling fins. Its arms are thick and have 3 large blades instead of fingers, with 2 smaller blades on top of the middle ones. On its knees, halfway down its arm, are just behind where its forehead meets its face, are small red spots. I have no idea what I just read.
You're reading the description of Excadrill.
On his
Excadrill.
knees, on his elbows, he's covered in excrement.
Excadrill can straighten its entire body, allowing it to spin like a drill. It has the ability to cut through iron and steel plating. Uses its excellent digging abilities to build complex tunnels for its nest at more than 300 feet below the surface. Its tunneling can be both beneficial and harmful to humans, as it can help workers with swift digging prowess, but can be detrimental to underground structures such as subway tunnels.
I plug this in. If you want to plug in your phone over here.
Oh man!
Thanks, Mom Brain.
It's number
Job over here.
530. It's a ground
Pound Pokemon.
street type Pokemon.
Street.
Steel, I'm sorry. Steel, not street.
I was going to say street.
You never know what these
He's
things.
from the hood.
He's a street thug.
Well, you know. His abilities include Sand Rush or Sand Force. His hidden ability is Mold Breaker.
No sandstorm.
50% male, 50% female. Skosh over 2 feet tall. And they weigh in at about an average of 89.1 lbs.
Thanks, Mom Brain.
The
Hello.
pleasure was mine entirely.
Wait,
Number one.
He developed from the guy with the big hands that we saw was that last week or 2 weeks ago that we saw?
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's called
He's a
Evolve.
Evolved. Can we
He developed.
He developed jugs.
See what develops. Hello, Kirby. Huh?
On the road.
If you want to.
Yes.
Okay, go right ahead.
Friends, I would like to dedicate today's podcast to Joe Shabadoo's late beloved dog who passed away this week.
I'm sorry.
Joe Shabadoo is a friend of ours on the podcast, and we know what it's like to lose a beloved friend. So our hearts go out to you, and we dedicate this podcast to your puppy dog.
I think Comanche knows we're talking about a lost pet because he just rubbed up against my leg, which is something he only does when he wants to be fed.
He wants to be fed the souls of dead animals.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say.
Joe, we hope
Yes,
you
Joe
feel better
Shabadoo, hope you're
soon.
doing well. Oh, thank you.
He's like, yes, your tears sustain me.
Hello.
He just came up and put his paw on your
Yeah.
shoulder.
Hello,
Baby.
Cedar, #1 podcast fan, and Biz, and TAW, and Malik, Halo, and LED Mirror Knight, and Sir Shandy, and Zero Skill 3D, and G-Man Sir, and Compsy, and whoever else I can't see in here. Lovely to see you. Yes, Malik, Halo, you did write down
Don't you bite me.
for history the greatest thing Mom Brain has ever said on the podcast. Now that I've gotten it in my mouth, ...
Oh, well, did I finish?
No, you didn't. Yes, Mom Brain, go ahead.
I was saying about Nikki Hill's espresso. So I think that the shot was like dead, like an old shot, or like there wasn't enough like actual like coffee. Like it feels over extracted or something.
Something's going on.
Yeah.
Nikki Hill's here.
Yeah. Too much dirt.
Not enough dirt. Kirby's here.
Hey.
I'm here. Mom Brain's here.
I am
How's everybody feeling?
great.
I like how you asked that right after I coughed.
Kirby's got a little bit of the fall cough, kennel cough. So I want to talk about something special before we start the show. This is the latest issue of Nintendo Force, which has a major tribute to Mr. Iwata, as he's no longer with us, obviously. Special cover, back and front cover. There's a nice little message to him in the back. And then there's like a news article on him passing, just giving the specifics of what happened, how it went down, blah, 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 blah. But, and it shows the tributes that you guys left at the Nintendo World Store and other locations. It takes a look at his funeral and who attended and all that jazz. So you get just the news aspect of it, but more importantly, there's a major look back at Mr. Iwata and all the things he did starting from when he started in the game industry, which was over 30 years ago. And we take a look at the first games he worked on, like Balloon Fight, and also a game that never even got released. He started working on the Commodore 64. That's how he got into game development. Then we talk about how he moved over to HAL and was helping out a lot over there and worked in the creation of Kirby with Mr. Sakurai. Then we move on to a really awesome one, his work on Earthbound. Basically, Earthbound wasn't going to happen, and he took it upon himself to fix what needed to be fixed and program what needed to be done, and he saved the game. Then we talk about his work with Pokemon. Yeah, that's not like an overstatement. His work, without his work on Earthbound, it wouldn't have come out.
Was it just like really buggy before he
There was
took control of it?
things that needed to be fixed, but a lot of content that just wasn't finished yet, and he took it upon himself to do it. He was also the only reason Pokemon Stadium exists, because without telling anybody,
You're gonna yell at him?
Uh,
Sorry.
he took it upon himself basically to port the battle system from the Game Boy Pokemon games to the Nintendo 64. And he's like, hey, look at what I did. Now we can do Pokemon Stadium. And that's how it came out. He did that on his own without any request from Nintendo or anything. So he just did the work, and it's like, I'll just do it and then show it to him. And then of course they'll want to do it. So that's how it came about. Then obviously we talked about his influence and his work on the Smash Brothers series, because Hal's involved with that and Sakurai's obviously involved with that. And then he moved on to be president of Nintendo. So he did so much before he even became the president of Nintendo. Then we take a look at his approach to interviews and the Iwata Asks series, which is basically the precursor to Nintendo Directs. I wrote the feature on the Iwata Asks stuff, and Nintendo wrote the feature on Nintendo Directs, how they came about. Let's see. First Nintendo Direct happened October 21st, 2011. So they've been around for quite some time. And then there's also a discussion of where Nintendo goes from here, Nintendo's new president, Miyamoto, and others, what they're going to do. So really cool feature that we all worked hard on. And I think all the comics in this issue are Iwata related. Yeah, as far as I remember. I'm just skimming through. Yeah, so every comic is a tribute to Iwata this time.
I remember that thing on, I guess it was on Facebook, a little memorial cartoon with like Mario and Kirby giving him power-ups
Yep.
on his grave.
Here's a comic about his work on Earthbound, saving the game. Yeah, so it's a really cool issue, even if you're not subscribed to Nintendo 4. See if you can get your hands on a digital copy or something like that. Just to look back on what he did, because he was hugely, hugely influential. I know everybody says Miyamoto is influential, and he obviously is very. But Iwata is definitely at least equally influential. So yeah, that's out. And then that's not all that's in the feature, or in the issue. We have looks at and reviews and previews for games like Super Mario Maker, Little Battlers Experience, Yokai Watch, which I also want to talk about, Disney Infinity 3.0, Final Fantasy Explorers, Runbow, Etrian Odyssey, Untold, the whatever, blah, 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 Fast Racing Neo, Minecraft Story Mode, Animal Crossing Happy Home Designer, and much more. So yeah, Yokai Watch, I want to talk about that. Yokai Watch is coming out in North America. Obviously, you guys know it's a huge deal in Japan already. And Level 5 is doing their multimedia approach that they do with most of their recent games, which means they got manga, they got toys, they got an anime, they got games, all kinds of stuff like that. And that's how they're doing it over here for the launch. So while the game and the manga and the toys aren't out here yet, I don't believe the manga's out here yet. The cartoons started this week on Disney XD. Started on Monday, and they've been airing an episode every day. I don't know if the full episodes are officially available online through Disney.
Can we talk about grown-up things now?
But Disney
Like paying bills?
does have a channel on YouTube for Yokai Watch that gives recaps of the episodes. You can at least see a recap if you missed it. So I watched a couple this week. It's fun. It's obviously the cartoon.
Yeah, okay. Just
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, okay. It's obviously
okay.
similar to Pokemon,
Is it good?
and like its
Bad?
theme.
Yeah, okay.
No,
What,
yeah, okay.
capturing ghosts isn't considered a grown-up business?
That's right. Ghostbusters was a grown-up movie. This is
Yeah, they
about
were young though. That was when they were younger. Now they're grown.
who, the actors. Well, there's grown-ups in this show. So yeah, you follow around the kid. I don't know his name. And I missed the first episode, but I saw the second episode. So he already had his Yokai Watch, which I believe he finds out in the forest, and he gets matched up with, I'm guessing, the protector of the watch, the spirit that inhabits the watch or owns the watch.
So it's an actual, like, literal watch?
Yeah, so let's say yokais are basically ghosts, and a watch is an actual watch. So he wears the watch, and the watch helps him reveal yokai that are around. So the episode I saw was about this girl that this guy's got a crush on. The main character's got a crush on. Walks up to him in school in front of a whole group of people. Oh, so basically he's sneaking around in school because he's got to take a dump really bad. So he's trying to do it.
It's funny you said that because I just heard. I guess it was a truck break out on the highway, but it was just a short one. And it sounded like a fart outside.
Wait.
Could have been.
Did it turn out at the end of the episode that it was just a ghost poop?
No, it didn't. So he's sneaking around school. He goes inside the bathroom without anybody looking, takes a dump, feels better. He's like, oh, thank God. So then he's walking out, and the girl that he's got a crush on comes up to him, and she's like, hey, were you just in the bathroom? She's like, were you taking a big poop in there? And he's like, no, don't tell everybody. And like the whole school's laughing at him, and he's like, oh, I'm so embarrassed. So he
Did
only
she have a watch and see all these spirits fly out of the bathroom?
But only
And then Senpai noticed him.
only he can see the other yokai, including this ghost that's like, it talks like this. That's all I can tell you. I don't remember what his name is. But he's like, your friend's acting peculiar. I wonder if she's inhabited by a yokai. So he looks through the watch, and he sees she has some, like, I think it's called Tattletale. It's a little yokai ghost. It looks like an old lady. It has super long arms. It's like this big. It has super long arms and like very tiny feet, like this big. So it like scoots along on the ground like this, but it takes its long arms and like attaches to people's faces. And when it does that, its power is to make them tell the truth no matter what. So the girl's like, oh, were you in there pooping, blah, blah, blah. So he goes off to catch this Tattletale. And like throughout the episode, it goes to like a criminal that's in like a interrogation room, and it attaches to his face, and he's like, I did it, I stole the money from the bank, and then it like jumps to somebody else. Blah, blah, blah.
It's a good spirit.
Well, I mean,
Puts a good use in the right.
yes, it can be good. So what happens in the show is his goal is to catch these yokai, and the yokai will give him a medal, and he can slide that medal into his watch to call upon these yokai to help him if he needs.
He can also slide that medal into the tip of his penis.
Ooh, why would you want to though?
If he has a problem with leakage, it clogs it up.
He does that, and it's a very important part of the story, but I don't want to ruin
To get rid of the spirits down there, you know?
yokai crutch. So he ends up catching a lady, and she works, or Tattletale, and she works for him from now on. And then that plays into a little shorter episode
Tug.
where the girl he's got a crush on is no longer inhabited by this thing, and she's like all nervous about something, very visibly upset, and nobody knows why. And he's like, I'll follow her home like a creep and use the Tattletale on her to find out what's up. So he does that, and the old lady climbs up on her face, and she's like, oh, my parents are going to be so upset. I didn't get a perfect score on my test. And the kid's like, well, she got like an A instead of an A+ or whatever. It's like, we'll just let her use Tattletale. And then when she goes home, she'll tell her mom the truth and everything will be okay. Except, they don't tell the girl they're going to do this because she doesn't know what the hell a yokai is. So he just lets it stay on her. And she goes home and she's like, I didn't get a perfect score on the test. And the mom's like, that's okay, honey. We love you anyway. And
what would she have done had
They
she
would never
gone
do
home
that
without
to
the
Japan.
Tattletale?
I don't know.
Said, oh, Mom, I got a perfect score on the test. The mom would have loved her then, and she would have been happy again.
But now the truth
Let's keep
is
her
out.
miserable. No, yeah, let's keep her unhappy.
So that was the
Truth
episode of
does nothing
Yokai
but
Watch
keep
I
people
saw.
stuck in miserable situations.
I don't know what the voices sound like in Japanese, obviously, but sometimes the localized voices in these
Ooh.
cartoons. I don't want to say they're bad voice actors, but I don't know if they're great choices.
Oh?
It's like the ghost butler that's with them. I don't know. The voice
It's like
is
they
kind of
watched
strange.
like The Simpsons, and they were like, "Oh, that valet guy, that's who we want," or the guy.
Yeah, that's
What is
exactly what it's like. The guy that works in a department store.
Yeah.
I had a stroke. Yeah, it's like that guy.
Wait, it seems like every time there's an anime that's dubbed into English, there's almost
A character
there's
like
always
that?
a guy who sounds like that.
Uh, James in Pokemon is kind of like that.
It's a
Team
cultural thing.
Rocket's blasting off again, and
It's a cultural thing, I think. So, like, when you hear it in Japanese, the inflections and everything are there because that's, I guess, how they speak. But when they translate
Yeah.
it, and like
I'm
they're
sure.
trying,
Oh yeah, I'm sure it's hard.
sometimes they're trying to take like really silly or mundane statements and match it to these crazy expressions. So like they're kind of in a position.
Yeah, no, I got you.
They're pretty.
And like in
pretty tough
the
position to be in.
Kirby anime, they made King Dedede sound like a stereotypical black guy. Like I don't understand why they did it.
No, they made him sound more like
Foghorn Leghorn,
like a southern plantation owner. Or
and
something.
and the snail guy,
because he looks like Foghorn Leghorn.
and the snail
Yeah.
guy.
What
I
does
think
your
his
dad
name was
It's a big bird, right?
Leghorn.
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 I think the snail guy that works with him is Escargot, and he sounds like Paul Lind. He sounds just like Paul
Oh,
Lind.
yeah.
Like I don't.
So for younger kids listening,
Younger
Roger,
Paul Lind fans. Oh yes, Roger
from
from American Dad.
Dad.
Yeah, definitely. They're very similar.
It's so weird. Like, how is Paul Lind even still alive? Like, why are there still people trying to sound like him?
He's got a very unique voice. So yeah, I don't know why they. What you said is a good explanation. Definitely, it's just I don't know. I'd love to be in on those meetings where they figure out like who's going to sound like what, blah, blah, blah. And hear like the comparisons between Japanese and English. But anyway, this is a big deal, obviously. Like I said, it's airing on Disney XD. They're really giving it a big push. The first wave of toys doesn't come out until next year, early next year.
And this is Nintendo related?
Yeah, Nintendo localized and publish it. Nintendo localized the game alongside Level 5 and is publishing it here with Level 5.
So this whole ghost thing, do they have to catch them all?
Well, that's the point.
We know how
So
many
it's
there
Ghost
are.
Pokemon. It's
Yeah, we said that earlier.
Ghostimon.
Eh,
Why don't they just call it Ghostimon? It'll be
because it's its own thing.
Ghostimon. They like rolls off the tongue.
Here's a major difference. Ash is an asshole and keeps Pokemon inside Pokeballs, which I don't think we've ever seen inside, but can't imagine they're very nice.
Well, it's not like he's the only one doing that.
Oh yeah. But in Yokai Watch, the watch just calls the ghosts from the spirit realm. So they're
Why isn't it? A
So
phone?
that happens in
Why
the
is it a
episode.
watch?
I
Is
didn't
it
see,
like an Apple Watch?
I didn't see
No,
the
it
first
probably
episode.
is. Connects to
It's
the
a
phone.
watch. It's got like 3 colors
But
on
it
it.
probably connects to his phone.
Sure. But in the
like the
episode
Dick
I
Tracy.
saw,
Oh god, that was
God damn it, you made me forget what I was going to
Sorry.
say. What were you just asking?
Pokemon.
The watch.
Pokemon.
The watch.
Oh,
calls people.
they're in the spirit realm. So when he calls them, when he puts the disc into his watch, they don't necessarily show up because they could be having dinner. They could be on vacation.
Really?
Yeah.
They could be dicking around.
Yeah, like
somewhere.
they call in one guy. They call him one guy, and he says he was on vacation and he doesn't feel like fighting, so he just like lays around on the ground. But yes, they're not always there. And the guy's like, "I want you to know, like we're in the spirit world doing our own thing. So every time you call, we're not going to show up
Unless we're in the mortal world, hanging off of people's faces.
So wait, they can just like not show up if they don't feel like it?
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, I mean the jerk ones, sure, but yeah, there's a couple that will always show up.
Ghost jerk.
And I'm sorry, there's more people with watches.
So far, he is the only one.
So it's not really a battling thing; it's like a problem-solving thing.
You got it.
And what's the? Is that what the game is?
You're
Like?
the intro to the show says
Is there a game?
everybody in the world.
Or
Yeah,
it's just a cartoon.
no,
with-
it's a game.
So it's almost like a Phoenix Wright or something, where like you have to do kind of detective work.
Well, that's not good. The game follows the same story as the show, and the story in the show is people in the real world when they're having trouble are almost always inhabited by a yokai, and we don't know that's why we have issues. Like if you're sad, or if you're having trouble at work, or things just aren't going your way, there could be like a bad spirit
So
following
he's a
you.
psychiatrist.
Sure, you sit down and talk with them.
He's a high school psychiatrist.
Yeah, I wanted to make that clear. When in the
What does that
episode I
mean?
saw, there was no battling. Like they just try. Oh, no, there were a couple punches thrown, but they were just trying to talk to the tattletale and get it. But yeah, in the game, you're going to battle other yokai. Obviously, they're going to be yokai that are more angry than old lady yokai. But yeah, there's no. Well, I don't know. It could happen in the future, but right now, there's no like yokai tournaments or anything like that.
Pushy grandma.
But it's on Disney XD's Disney XD. It's on Disney XD. I don't know if it's on every day. It was on every day this week. It airs at 5 p.m. New Jersey time 5. So check it out. But like I said, if you're just interested in seeing a little bit more of what it's about, check out the YouTube channel. And we've posted some of those videos as well. So that's Yokai Watch. Oh, and the reason I was talking about that is because Comic-Con is going on, and Nintendo has like a huge setup for Yokai Watch, and they got characters in the mascot suits walking around, and you can try out the game, and you can get special posters and toys and pins and all that jazz. Like this is a
Why didn't you go?
huge franchise in Japan, and they're trying to do the same thing they did. They're trying to do what they did with Pokemon.
Why
So
didn't you go then?
what do I need to go for?
To get a yokai watch.
For fun.
They're not giving out. Well, I want the watch, but they're not giving out. The watches aren't out yet.
Well, they say, here, try this, and then just run out. There's so many people there.
It's true. Well, we could go today. You want to go?
Can't.
Oh, okay.
Well, we're trying to make plans, right?
Also,
Yep.
we have the new episode of My Parents Play, where they sat down to play Yoshi's Woolly World. So they were playing co-op in that, and you can check out that video. They did. My mom always does okay, but my dad did surprisingly well. I was really surprised. They made it through a few levels. So
Did he?
people in
solve
the comments
whole
are saying,
shoe problem?
I don't know if he'll ever solve that.
How are his jumping skills coming along?
This episode, most impressive episode as far as his gameplay is concerned. Other people in the comments were saying that. They were like, I think he might be learning like very slowly, but I think he might be learning. Yes, as far as gameplay goes, his most impressive footage so far. So check that out. Like I said, I know that game has been out in Europe for quite some time now. So I'm sure you're overloaded on footage. But if you have some time and you want to check it out, please do.
To help people understand your father's problem, I think you need to post a video of him jumping IRL to see how he still has trouble IRL with the same thing.
He can jump well in real life.
Well, then what's the problem?
I don't know. It's the
Can
problems in here.
When was the last time you
Never
saw him
seen
really
your dad
jump?
He jumped.
Oh,
You
yeah,
two
you're
just
right.
had a jumping contest.
We did.
A
What?
jumping contest?
Well,
That's a
because
thing.
Rami claims that I can't jump. And I think what we proved in that jumping contest was that I can jump more than you thought.
Given a chance to practice, yes. But 9 times out
You've
of
been
10,
exercising a
you
lot,
don't leave the
working those
ground.
jumping muscles.
Well, but see, this
You gotta have
situation-
jumping skills if you're on that trail. If that bear comes, you gotta be able to jump over it.
I had to jump over a snake more than once.
Oh yeah.
But this is not built for jumping.
Yeah, snake
It
height.
is meant
Snake
to be
height.
on the ground.
Snake height is about your normal jump. That's
But
what I'd say.
snake mouths have the
Get
potential
higher.
to get about 3 feet off the ground in my brain.
Well,
Into
Could
your
happen.
brain?
you know, if the snake like rears up like this, yeah, sure.
That is what I picture happening to
That
me.
is what I picture.
When I see a snake, I picture it up my pant leg and like sitting in my pants.
And then you have a penis.
And then I have a
And
penis.
then you're like, oh, this is what trouser snake means.
Oh my God, that's where it comes from. All
I
right,
hate it.
let's do some regular news. Looks like the Mii Fighter Amiibo 3-pack is going to be exclusive to Toys R Us. This was shown by a retail kiosk at Toys R Us that shows all of the Mii Fighters as Toys R Us exclusive. So if you're looking to get your hands on the Mii Brawler, Mii Gunner, or Mii Sword Fighter Amiibo,
What is
you're going to
this?
have to grab this at
Hmm?
Toys R Us.
Are you aware of this?
What is this?
Can we see this? Do you have an image?
Sure do.
Why do we keep smelling toilet cleaner?
There you go.
It might be in my coffee. Those look like graphics. Those are real right now?
Those are real.
But they don't look like my me.
No, they look like the Mii Fighters and Smash Brothers. This is part of the Smash Brothers line.
Oh, those guys.
Okay, then.
Now you know.
What about the U fighters?
I don't even know what that is.
Ring-a-ding-dong.
Ring-a-ding-ding-ding-dong.
First comment comes from Sakurai Kanopio. Or no, I'm
Wait,
sorry.
wait.
He says Samurai Kanopio.
How many downloads did this get?
How many downvotes? Oh, and we're at a total of -3. So I don't know how much fighting there's been, but I can tell you the overall outcome is -3. What in the HE double hockey sticks are in? Nope. Who in the HE double hockey sticks are interested in these?
Yeah.
They aren't designed to look like your own made, just some generic boring me. If your goal is to collect all these available amiibo no matter what Nintendo releases, I guess. But man, these just don't interest me in the slightest. Well, I'm sorry, sir.
I think someone's got a tattletale on their chin.
Oh, now you're talking. Mr. Miyamoto and Mr. Tezuka did an interview about Mario in general, and they were talking about how they still to this day struggle with finding the right balance for difficulty in Mario games. Mr. Miyamoto says, for me, one of the things was maybe the gap between the really advanced players and the first-time players. The difficulty balance is always something that I hear frustrations about from the
Frustrated.
public, whichever way we decide to go. We always have the testing team test our game, but whatever they say is really fun, the first-time players may consider it to be very difficult. One of the things I do sometimes at the later phases of development is go in and hear the testing team's requests and actually pull that away and lower the barrier or change what it is that they want. Sometimes I even hear from the testing team, you're destroying the fun. But on the other hand, the flip side is you hear from first-time players saying, if I can't clear a level, it's not fun for me. If I can't complete a game, it's not fun for me. The more years that have passed, the gap between advanced and first-time players has become wider. I'd say Mario games do a very excellent job of mixing in difficulty and giving a nice learning curve to it, especially the 3D Mario games.
I've still never completed any Mario. Never beated the old Super Mario Bros. Don't turn that on me. Don't you turn that on me. Never beat Super Mario Brothers 2. Never beat Super Mario 3. Never beat Super
You've
Mario
never beat
World.
any Mario game.
I'm not a good player.
You've beaten other games that are harder than Mario games.
Two-dimensional games are tough for me.
Yeah, it could be the 2D thing. I get it. Well, Brain, have you beaten a Mario game?
Yeah, Galaxy.
Oh, that's right. You
I mean,
did beat Galaxy. Kirby, you've beaten a Mario game.
I've beaten the 3D.
Oh, yeah, I have.
I'm sure you've beaten a number of them.
I've been at least. Wait, are we counting like the Game Boy ones?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I've probably beaten at least 4 or 5.
You've never beaten a Mario game.
I think. Well, yes, New Super Mario Brothers. I think.
Okay.
I don't know. I think I maybe did the 3D. What was it? Cat Mario.
Why are you doing this?
I don't know. New Super Mario 3D World.
Mhm.
I think I beat, but then it unlocks like spoiler alert, a ton, and so I didn't beat all those.
Yeah, you can beat the game, but there's like a sizable amount of content after that. It's not like here's 5 more levels. There's like a couple more worlds.
And then I've beaten.
Yeah.
Super Princess Peach. I've beaten Super Mario Galaxy. I don't even think I bought Galaxy 2.
Yeah, I don't know which one I like more, Galaxy or Galaxy 2. They're both excellent.
I got a ton of games, and that's why I wasn't thinking I should buy a PS4.
You should play them.
I bought one.
Why don't you play those games?
Time. Mostly time.
Okay. You can read.
I mean, I have a lot of other things to do. It's not my job to play games and run a gaming website, so I have other things.
Playing games is probably the least of what I do. Unless I have to review something,
so that you have time to do that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I don't get to start usually until like 2 in the morning, or 3 in the morning. What? But yes, more often than not, I'm playing things that I have to review, which is not a bad thing. But yeah, I have a list on my computer upstairs of stuff I want to play that's like 20 games long that I don't know when I'll get to. Like
drawers full
Life is Strange.
Yeah,
I want to play that. I'm like, well, the final episode's coming out next week. I might as well just wait and hopefully do a bundle. I'm sure they will.
I did the kind of pre-bundle where they, you got like a discount to get all of them.
I'm thinking they might do like a retail. It's Square Enix publishing, so they might do a retail release or something like that. All the games for $30. I hope. I mean, I'll get it either way. I just don't know when I'm going to get to it. You can read Mr. Tezuka's comments on your own if you would like.
Did you know? I saw on the old Facebook one of those. It actually wasn't clickbait. It was just like a page of stuff that Miyamoto had part in designing a lot of the characters in Punch-Out.
I did.
Oh. All right.
Chocolate Shake says, I can imagine that would be a tough balance to strike. Miyamoto really lays out the difference between the game they make and the game they sell. Very interesting. Of course, for my personal taste, I would have to side with the testers who would like a more dexterous experience. Yes, I can understand that. But I think the way they do it now is good. Like I said, the difficulty ramps up. You get some challenging levels later in the game. But then, people will do that like Nikki Hill did and finish the game and say, okay, I'm done. But that extra content opens up for people that really like a significant challenge. And I think the final level in Super Mario 3D World, like the real final level, is the most difficult Mario level I've ever played.
What is that one?
What do you want me to tell you?
It's like different parts or something.
Yeah, there's multiple sections to it.
And if you die, you have to start from the beginning.
Yeah.
There's a good chance I didn't beat that.
Done it so many times. I spent hundreds of lives on it. You start off and it's those. It's like platforms that have long spaces in between them. You got to jump and there's guys throwing stuff at you. Then you get to.
I don't remember, but I feel like if I booted it up, I'd probably start cringing already.
Then you get to like charging chucks, and there's very skinny platforms you have to run through to get to like a portal that takes you to the next part. Then there's those blocks that change like every so many seconds. And you go through a whole section with that. Then there's a section where you have to fight 2 Kameks while the platforms are disappearing. Then there's a part where you have to do wall kicks up a wall and avoid stuff.
So it's like
there's a lot.
It's
to
like
it.
Mario competing for a Ninja Warrior.
The last section is you get those things that make you run fast, and you're on blocks that disappear or switch every couple seconds. And there's those orbs that shoot out the red beams.
I don't know.
And you have to collect 5 keys all at once, all to get to the next. It's nuts.
Is this after you completed the game and then opened up all the other levels?
So you beat Cat Bowser.
I don't remember this. I didn't play this game. I don't know what I'm talking about.
What are you talking? The very final boss is Cat Bowser,
Then I don't
and you
think I
climb
played
up a
this
building, and he's at the
I
top.
guess I didn't play it. I don't know what games I've completed.
Did you play Super Mario 3D World at all?
I don't know. Who am I?
Yeah, right. What's a Mario?
I don't know. They started naming these things like Super Mario 3D World, 3D Super Mario Face, like Super Mario.
All right, so you're probably thinking of one on the 3DS thing.
SDS, SDS,
Listen,
SDS,
Super Mario 3D Land is on the 3DS. Super Mario 3D World is on the Wii U.
Oh, total worlds apart, lands apart.
Will you explain to him why it's done like that?
Super 3D Mario Land Country World 3, the movie.
Do you know why it's done like that?
Because you're gonna make up some reason and be like, it makes so much sense.
Because Super Mario Land was a portable game and Super Mario World was a console game. So
why do we have a Super Mario World on the 3DS?
we have a Land on the 3DS.
Yeah, I don't think there's
3D World or 3D
Oh.
Land?
Land, Super Mario 3D Land on the
And
3DS.
Super Mario 3D World?
World on the Wii U. I was gonna say the game.
Never played the Wii U one.
So you're talking about the 3DS one then?
Yeah, and that opened up a ton of game levels.
Yes,
once you
after
completed
I
it.
would say like half the game is open afterwards. Yeah.
Great. I counted it as completed.
Well, you got a whole half of a game to go. You never played Super Mario 3D World?
No.
I should just.
You know why?
We should put it on after the podcast and just
Prices-
put you right on the last level.
Prices don't
Just
come
then
down
live
on
stream
these
that.
things.
That would be amazing for like a charity. Give you 999 lives. Just start you right at the end level and see if you could pull it off.
Why is that charity?
People will watch.
People's
Donate.
ears will explode from all the cussing.
Oh, well, that's what
It's
people
a-
like.
It's an ear charity.
Yes, as R42 says, the Land series started on the Game Boy and the World started on the Super Nintendo.
Oh, well, everybody seems to know.
Yeah, me and R42. Yep, that's everybody.
You know, okay, and then they say,
Thank you, R42, about the
new
Parents Play
Super Mario
comment.
Brothers, new Super Mario Brothers 2, new Super Mario Brothers World Land, new Super Mario Brothers Valley Land Paradise.
Now, about the new games, there's only one entry per system.
No,
Okay, tell me I'm wrong.
I thought there's new Super Mario Brothers on the DS,
Yes,
and then there was a new Super Mario Brothers 2 on the DS.
on the 3DS. The only way you might be able to squeak by, but it still doesn't count, is new Super Luigi U, which was on the Wii U, but was downloadable content.
But they then put
But they did put out a retail package with both in it.
and really
So
it was
that's
just
the-
an expansion pack. Kind of. It was just additional content first.
It's much harder.
yeah.
It's 80 completely redone levels.
Yeah,
Did you beat
redone
that?
because there's a little guy in green.
Did you get
running
that?
around.
Did
Ooh,
you-
I redid it.
Did you beat that game?
Totally new.
Like New Super Mario Brothers U.
Never played it.
You never played New Super Mario Brothers U.
I think she did. I think I played some of it.
What do you have on Wii U that you've played?
Batman Arkham City.
That's so funny.
I got stuff at home. Why would I get it?
Oh, Bayonetta 2. Bayonetta.
Bayonetta. I had Bayonetta 2
This is weird.
because once I completed Bayonetta, it's like I unlocked a whole new game. Actually, it was on the disc.
Yeah.
Bayonetta 2. Yeah, why would I get a new system with all new games? Answer me that. Now you want to know, why is it so hard for you to make a choice and just buy a game that's
No,
more
it's
expensive
hard for you to
than
make
your house?
choices in general.
Right, because I consider all these things.
G-Man Sir also wants to point out Mario Land, Wario Land, Donkey Kong Land, all in the game. R42 says he does have to agree with you. The new moniker.
Nintendo Land is on the Wii U. Boom!
It's true.
Boom! Totally blew it up in your face.
R42 was agreeing with you, and you cut me off when I was reading his comment for you.
Sorry, but I had a thought and I had to get it out.
He says, R42 says, gotta agree with Nikki Hill that the new moniker is confusing as all get out.
Yeah, I mean, try explaining this to anyone who has never played a Mario game.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously,
It's like the goddamn 3DS. There's 3DS, 3DS XL, 2DS, new 3DS, new 3DS XL. There has to be something better than new. Like 3DS Plus. How about that? The 3DS Plus.
How about name a game?
Or the 3DSi.
Name it something that's relevant.
Like Super Mario Brothers.
How about this? Super Duper Mario Brothers.
No, that'd be confusing as well. Europe, this week's digital downloads. They got Starwall, Just the Tip, the game about narwhals stabbing each other.
That's terrible.
Mario Sports Mix is downloadable on the Wii U. That is the Wii game. Whispering Willows is available. The award-winning Whispering Willows. Take on the role of Elena, a determined young girl with the extraordinary ability to project her spirit outside of her body. In her spectral form, Elena can interact with the benevolent spirits and wicked wraiths that used to dwell within the walls of the sinister Willow's mansion. Lost souls stuck in time and space who hold the secrets that Elena will need to traverse the terrifying old manor. Players need to make use of Elena's corporal and ethereal forms, to overcome obstacles, solve the riddles of the mansion's enigmatic specters, and find Elena's lost father. Mario Golf, the N64 game, is available on the Wii U Virtual Console. Pac-Man 2, The New Adventures, which came out on the Super Nintendo. It's available on the Wii U Virtual Console. Can I tell you about it?
Oh wait! Is this that game where it was like a 2D platformer and Pac-Man could like ride on a hang glider?
You got it.
I remember seeing an ad for it.
It's not. I mean, I don't even know that I'd call it a. I'll read you what it says. Pac-Man 2: The New Adventures is an innovative, interactive cartoon centered around a classic game star and his hilarious escapades. Pac-Man has a mind of his own and is prone to wandering into danger, so make sure you guide him safely, whether you're just hanging out in the arcade, hang gliding, or minecart riding.
Oh, yeah.
Also, there are two full classic Pac-Man games to discover and enjoy. The original Pac-Man and its sequel, Miss Pac-Man. So you really don't have much direct control over Pac-Man in the game. You like interact around him to keep him alive, basically.
Oh, really?
Yeah, very. It is very unique. What were you looking for?
Just looking at them.
Dig Dug 2 is available on the
Looking
Wii
for
Virtual
holes.
Console.
Holes in the whole theory there.
Pocky and
It was
Rocky
Nintendo Land.
with Becky is available. That's
Wait,
the
who was
GBA
Becky?
game. It was a character added for the GBA game, I believe. That's available on the Wii U Virtual Console. Let's see if it says who Becky is.
So wait, was this
Yeah, Becky?
Was this
Yeah,
sort
I
of
was
like
gonna say,
a
it's Uncle
port of
Jesse's,
the Super Nintendo
girlfriend
game
and
with a new character?
Yeah.
Okay.
Here you go. It's up to the heroine Pocky, her raccoon pal Rocky, and their new friend Becky. There you go.
That's a shame. They almost had something going for them. Pocky, Rocky, and Becky. Close enough.
Well, they can be friends with people with other names. It could be like Pocky, Rocky, and Frank. That's the next
That
sequel.
makes me feel as uncomfortable as a name ending in R for Mum Brain.
Pocky, Rocky, and Clar.
Clarnt.
Clark.
Clarnt.
Clark. Call on Clark.
What about what word did we come up with last night? We came up with a couple really good ones.
Guns. I didn't come up with that word. But... Well, it's all because of that game. 3D Sonic the Hedgehog 2 is available on the 3DS. That is the 3D, I don't even want to call it a port. It's like the 3D remake of Sonic the Hedgehog 2 because they put so much work into it. Remastered in 3D and full of new features. Is the chemical plant zone your favorite stage? Use stage select and start running wherever you want. Run fast without worrying about your rings. Cut your losses by choosing ring keeper mode. Only half your rings will be lost after taking damage. Keeping your rings and stopping Dr. Eggman's evil scheme is important, but don't forget to take some time off from saving the world to play against your friends in 2-player versus and co-op modes. Local multiplayer. Speaking of that, Sonic Boom, the cartoon series, has been picked up for a second season.
A friend of mine at Comic-Con.
Oh man, all of them. It took me a second to realize they were all there. And then a whole bunch of special deals. So there's some good stuff this week. Some good classics, some reborn classics, some new games. Let's see who complains about it. First comment comes from Casey44, and he says, nice, not bad. Not a bad week. May pick up a few. This pleases my whispering nibbles. Yeah, I'm interested in that game. I saw overall reviews because it's been on other platforms. We're kind of mixed, which usually convinces me that I need to try it for myself. NPD has revealed the most anticipated games for platforms this holiday season. Would you guys like to guess? Because I want you to guess.
What's this game called?
What? I said
Games?
NPD did a survey to reveal the most anticipated games this holiday season.
Woolly World.
Okay. We will start with Wii U. Woolly World is number 1.
Done. I quit.
We're playing a guessing game here.
Okay.
Could
What
you
are we
stop
guessing?
commenting on your own pictures?
I wasn't.
Rainbow Six Siege.
We're doing Wii U right now.
Sorry.
What's coming out for the Wii U?
What's the question again?
What's coming out for the Wii U?
Are you kidding me?
No.
This is the 3rd time I've said it.
Give it to me.
Triforce
NPD.
Heroes is
Oh, I don't want to do it. Never
Most
mind.
anticipated games this holiday season.
Okay.
They did it for Wii U.
Is there 3DS as well?
Animal Crossing. Oh, Wii U.
Can we just do both?
I'm pretty sure everything was pushed back to 2016. So
Yes, Wii U and 3DS. You can do both.
Okay.
Guess away.
Animal
Triforce
Crossing.
Heroes?
Animal Crossing is out, so it can't be anticipated.
Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. What did you say?
Triforce Heroes.
Triforce Heroes is number
oh, right.
2 on 3DS.
All right. So I got one on one and 2 on 1.
What's that? Metroid Star Buddies.
No, not this year. So
Oh. That got pushed back. You were right.
no, they never said it for this year.
Oh, okay.
Also, it's not anticipated.
There's the real one.
Oh.
All right, I'll start getting.
Shh.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh, boy.
Oh. Okay, go ahead.
So we'll go with hints. Mom Brain said Animal Crossing isn't on Wii U, but it is. It's coming.
So Animal Crossing.
Yes, but what's it called?
The world's a fluffy place.
Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival
Oh, of course.
is number 2, most anticipated. Number 3, it's a sport.
FIFA. Madden.
Now think about it.
Knitting.
It's a sport.
Oh,
on the
Mario
Wii U.
Tennis.
There you go, Mario Tennis Ultra Smash. And number 4, very poorly reviewed game from a very highly respected and outspoken developer.
Devil's
Right.
Third.
Devil's Third,
Right.
yes. All right, 3DS. You got Legend of Zelda Triforce Heroes, and if I see somebody spell the goddamn title with Triforce all together one more time, I'm gonna
Oh, really? It's
angrily type
TRI.
space. Yeah, because it's a 3-player game.
Wow.
You either play by yourself with 2 other
You can't
characters.
get upset with
Yeah.
people not picking up on the fact that it's a play on words.
Why? Then it's the whole point of the game. You cannot play.
Maybe somebody has heard it so much, but never actually seen how they spell it. Get off their dicks.
No, I'm talking about people in the gaming or
Just chill out.
people in the online game coverage industry.
If I hear you say frustrated one more time, am I right?
Really like the
Or
way he was in the
figurine.
background. Like,
All right. So you didn't get number 1 and you didn't get number 3.
Okay.
Number 3, very big
Thanks for the
franchise.
feedback.
It's not about catching ghosts.
Lokai. Okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay.
It's not about catching ghosts.
Pokemon.
Oh. Gotta catch them all.
Pokemon. It's a long-running Pokemon franchise.
I wasn't looking.
Oh, the one in the dungeon.
Yes,
Okay.
Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon.
Oh, yeah.
Well done.
And then number 1, this is the number 1 most anticipated game. I don't want to give hints that'll let you get it right away.
Then don't. Let's see.
Let's
get our heads together.
It's it's a cartoon, long-running, multiple installments.
Adventure.
Lots of yelling.
Oh boy.
Dragon Balls.
Dragon Ball,
Oh.
yes.
I was gonna say Inuyasha.
Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z Extreme Butoden is the most anticipated
Extreme
game.
Bukakiden.
All right, so just so you can hear, Xbox One, Xbox
Bukakiden.
One's most anticipated game. Any guesses?
Xbox One.
Yeah, we're not gonna spend a lot of time on
Is
these.
Tomb Raider out already?
Nope.
Rise of the Tomb Raider?
No. It's Xbox.
Okay, go ahead. Oh, Halo.
Yes. PS4.
There's only one that was
It's out now, but it wasn't out at the time of this. I think. It's out now.
That Destiny expansion.
It's not Drake. The new Uncharted?
Yeah,
That's
the
out already?
Uncharted, the Nathan Drake collection. Yeah.
Oh,
It's
the
out.
The
collection.
Nathan J collection.
Collection,
That came
yes.
out yesterday.
That's the most anticipated on PS4.
Nice.
That's interesting. The new
That is
edition
interesting.
isn't the new game. When is
It's
the
not
new-
this year. This is this year.
Yeah, that was one of the thousands of titles that got pushed back. To
Are
Yeah.
there more to those lists? So you're just giving us number one?
They just have number 1 for Xbox
Are you
One and
asking
PS4.
for more lists?
No, I'm curious
encourage
where Rainbow Six is because that comes out early December.
Well, it's not on this list because they have a separate multi-platform list. Most anticipated there should not be hard to get.
You have a PS4?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, I got one a few months
Oh,
ago.
we're like brothers now. I got one.
Wait, when did you get one?
That's
I
nice.
just ordered it on Friday.
All right, multi-platform most anticipated. Any guesses? Number 1.
Number one. Is it Fallout 4? Is that on?
Fallout 4 is number 2.
Oh, good call though. Most anticipated.
Number 1. It's on. It's on both platforms.
Right.
Both platforms is in what? Xbox
Come
and PS4?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean both next gen platforms?
Yes. They're not next gen anymore.
Yeah.
Current gen.
I should know this.
Yeah,
What else is coming
it's
out?
a huge franchise.
I know, right?
Call of Duty.
$1 billion. Call of Duty. There you
There's a
go.
new
Oh,
one coming out
duh.
in a couple
Call of
months.
Duty, bro.
Every year there's.
Wait a
new one.
second. You mean to tell me that Guitar Hero is not most anticipated
Guitar Hero isn't.
with that commercial?
Guitar Hero isn't.
Oh, Rock Band.
Rock Band is. Yeah,
Is that the new one?
just came out.
That was the Guitar Hero.
All the other games are no, that's not true. All the other games except one are yearly installments.
So wait, Rock Band's the one with the new keyboard and the Lenny Kravitz and James Franco commercial?
That's Guitar Hero.
That is Guitar Hero. I think that commercial would make people want to buy that game instantly.
Well, it's
Wait
not.
a minute, so they're coming out with a new Rock Band and a new Guitar Hero?
Yeah.
And Rock Band's not redoing their guitar?
Guitar. I'm not paying as much attention to Rock Band because it's not coming out on Wii U. I've been paying more attention to Guitar Hero. I can tell you between the two, Guitar Hero this time around has much more in the way of overhauled stuff and new stuff, and Rock Band 4 is just kind of like
Here's more.
more Rock Band. Yeah, like Guitar Hero, they like really did a lot.
Right.
Like they changed up
live,
the guitar and the note track and everything. Like it's not colored buttons anymore.
live crowds in the background.
So also on that list is Assassin's Creed Syndicate, another yearly franchise.
Great
Need for
job,
Speed.
man. That woman just put her shirt back on. That's what James Franco says.
Need for Speed, another yearly franchise. Rise of the Tomb Raider is on there, so that is multi-platform, except it's very staggered. And Star Wars Battlefront, which the demo is out for now, or the public beta.
Very staggered. It's out on Xbox One
PS4 might not get it.
until next year.
I'd say at the least 6 months after Xbox One. Never Unplaying says Devil's Third greater than Xenoblade. Didn't expect that. Yeah, we don't know who they were talking to, really. They say 48 gamers aged 7 to 54. That's all we know.
That's a huge age range.
Yeah.
Range.
Guys, what are you doing October 13th?
Probably working.
That's like this week, right?
I'm sorry, October 13th into October 14th
Working.
This week.
at like
Is that Tuesday?
11:35 to 12:35
Sleeping.
AM sleeping.
p.m. to a.m.
Yeah.
Because
Enough with you got our attention. Just tell us.
the Late Show with
please.
Stephen Colbert
I mean, who are you?
is having a special presentation with The Legend of Zelda Triforce Heroes, spelled correctly.
Triforce.
Triforce. Try.
And they're having a special presentation with that game. And they're also having a special performance by The Legend of Zelda Symphony of the Goddesses.
Oh,
So they're showing the game
performing.
and doing music.
The Symphony of the Goddess is performing in New York.
Yeah, that's probably why they'll be there. But that is awesome.
But that's like an orchestra. How are they going to fit on that stage?
They do pared down versions. Like they've played at Nintendo World Store. They've had like 6 people upstairs playing. G-Man Sir says Metroid will never be as big as Zelda or Kirby or Animal Crossing or Yoshi or Smash or Wario or DK or Pokemon or the Wii series or Mario Kart. To be on topic, I love this show.
So wait, that stuff's all live always?
What?
Colbert?
No, it's recorded at like 6 earlier that day.
What are you talking about? Oh, just watch it on the telly?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, at night when
I thought
it
you were
airs.
saying like maybe we could all go to experience it live, but no, not going to happen.
But you weren't offering
Tickets
us
are
that.
free. There might be tickets. I don't know.
I doubt it.
Yeah, it'd probably be hard. I mean, the show is very new still. Smash Brothers version 1.1.2 is on the way, and it fixes the Diddy Kong grab glitch.
Oh, that was driving me crazy.
What was
The
This
Diddy
glitch-
Kong grab glitch.
This glitch
Oh.
caused Diddy Kong to become immune to grabs. If you have any replays saved on either version, they will likely be corrupted after this update is released. So be sure to take care of them now. So upload them to YouTube now or do whatever you want. So you don't have to cry about them when they're lost.
When you say YouTube, is that a Nintendo thing of
Yes,
just Wii?
just the letter U,
YouTube? Okay.
Martin Stuff says, that's cool. Hope they took not of the Verity costume glitch. Basically, if you dress a Mii in the Verity costume with no hat on the 3DS version, the game pretty much freezes when you try to start a match. Oddly, wearing a hat resolves this. All the hats look a little odd to me with the costume. There you go.
Accessorizing's tough these days.
It's not Pokemon. It's not Yokai Watch. It's not Yu-Gi-Oh! It's not...
Dragon Ball.
No, that doesn't fit.
Beyblade.
It's not Beyblade.
Pogs.
It's
Is
not
it Pogs?
Digimon.
Okay. Monster Rancher.
Ninjago.
Good guess. No. Metabots 9 has been announced for the 3DS. Metabots continues on in Japan.
Isn't there like a
Rocket Company has announced that there are 2 versions of the game, like there always are. Metabots Kabuto version and Metabots Kuwagata version.
Kabuto.
If you don't know, these are robot battling games. This one will have a new protagonist and will also feature 3-on-3 battles.
Hey now.
So Metabots continues on. There's a guaranteed game we'll never get here. Although, oddly enough, Wii U Virtual Console just got one of the Metabots games from GBA. So, I don't know. So we won't get the new ones, but we'll get the old ones.
Metabots.
Oh, wait.
So meta.
Renananshi89 says, wow, Natsume is teasing something this month. Don't think it will be this version, though. Cece from Natsume answers. And he says, no, sorry. I found out about this the same way you did. Woke up and read a news site. Well, that's Cece from Natsume. So they're saying, no, they were not teasing a localization of Metabots 9. I should read our comments more. Hey, all right. Let's see if you can guess this one. Lots of guessing. I'm excited today.
You know you can turn that into a stand, right?
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
So there was this game.
Super
it was
Mario.
supposed to come to the Wii. It was going to be WiiWare, and there was lots of promotion for it, lots of talk. We even covered it. We went to an event and covered it.
Was it the grind?
You were at an event with it.
WiiWare? This is old.
Yes, it's made by 2 people.
The vampire game on the plane.
No.
Final Flight.
So it was coming to the Wii for WiiWare and lots of coverage, and then things kind of happened, and then the game got too big, and it didn't come to WiiWare. But it did come to Xbox Live Arcade, or Xbox Live. It was on the Xbox 360. Huh?
Meat Boy?
Yes. Super Meat Boy.
Oh.
So it came out, was a big hit. We got left in the dust. Super Meat Boy was just remade / re-released for PS4 and Vita. I don't know how much new content there is, but I do know that the soundtrack is entirely new because they couldn't get the rights to the soundtrack to bring over. So Sony platforms get in, and once again, we're left in the dust. But Team Meat posted this on their blog. In the announcement of the PS4 Vita version, they say, to the fans, we're still excluding, I'll leave you with this. We haven't forgotten about you, except we is spelled W-I-I, and you is spelled the letter U. So they're very clearly teasing a Wii U release for Wii U, a Wii U release for Super Meat Boy. Sadly, what I will say is I'll believe it when I see it, because we've been through this once before and it didn't happen. So it's good to see a tease. It's obvious something's in the works. I don't know anything more than that. If they're doing something with Nicholas, I have no idea because I haven't heard. Dark Whereas says, the sentiment is appreciated, but Meat Boy is not a game with lasting appeal. As much as I'd want to support their enthusiasm, the Meat Boy itch has been scratched. And if they go forward with this, it'll look more like they're cooking up an excuse to jump ship from Wii U support when Super Meat Boy Wii U Edition sells poorly. A brand new game for the Wii U would go over much better and would show a more sincere sentiment from these developers. Well, that's what
What's a new game? Did I just say? I'm sorry, did I miss that entire thing? I thought that's what he just said.
No, he said a new game would go over better.
Right.
He wants a new game.
Right. Just can't please everybody.
I
don't think they would use.
They're
it
also
as
doing
as
Super Meat
like
Boy.
An example to jump ship. They wanted to bring it. The only
He's
reason they
saying
couldn't is
when
because
it
couldn't
when they
handle
bring it to Wii U, and it doesn't sell well, that will be Team Meat's excuse to not support the Wii U anymore. That's
Right.
what he's saying.
But the thing is that I'm saying is Team Meat are big Nintendo supporters and big Nintendo fans, and they would like to bring their stuff to
Fans, yes. Supporters, no. The only thing they've done.
In theory, they want to support.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But the hardware, like you said, things got a little too big for them, and the hardware couldn't handle it.
Well, see,
and
that's the other thing. I really don't think it was the hardware so much as it was the storage space. Because remember, WiiWare had the 40 meg limit.
That's a hardware issue.
That was Nintendo. They didn't have to put that limit on there.
Gotcha.
All WiiWare games had to be 40 megs or less.
Yeah.
But look at like amazing stuff like that's what blows me the most. It blows me away the most with WiiWare. That's what blows me the most.
That's what was
Games that fit into that 40 meg limit, like Lost Winds.
Yeah.
Like that. That's
Where's
amazing.
the next Lost Winds game?
I don't know. I haven't talked to Mr. Braben in a while. I could email him. I'd love to do that. I'd love for a sequel to that game. Animal Crossing amiibo cards will be compatible with more games in the future, so not just Amiibo Festival and Happy Home Designer.
You know, they've got to do that for this amiibo stuff to really be like.
Sometimes I wonder what podcast I'm on. Like almost every game Nintendo has released since Amiibo comes out has Amiibo support.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's smart of them to do that because.
You're saying like they got to do that more often.
No, but it's really important because, you know, a parent isn't going to buy a kid an amiibo that goes with just, they're not going to be like, you got to have those little guys all over the living room floor all the time for one stupid game. Like, the more it works, the more things it works with, the more likely you are to have them.
Yes. That's Nintendo's different approach. Like everybody else has their figurines that work in one game. Nintendo has their figurines that work in multiple games.
Right.
So, so the packaging for Amiibo cards, Animal Crossing Amiibo cards, says on the back, more compatible games to be announced. So it's not things that we know of.
But
it's
not
new
on
things.
the Wii U or on the 3DS. So you're gonna need
Sure.
to get an
You know,
you're
there's
gonna need
no
like a different receiver pod or something for it to go on.
there's
for
no
the
little
NX or
like
something.
fine print that says like not available on Wii U or 3DS. So I think you're wrong, but first comment comes from Mario Starn, and he says, I think we all know a new Animal Crossing is in development. Question is, what platform will it be on? Also, Proud Isabel is a cutie. I agree with that. Look at how cute she is.
Aww.
North America this week's digital downloads. What do we get?
Need new IPs, not just Squid Kids. You're
We
Squid
need
now.
new IPs, not just new IPs.
Exactly. I thank you. You get me.
Well, did you download Box Boy?
Yeah.
Are you playing it?
When I'm on a flight, I do.
North America this week's digital downloads. Chibi-Robo Ziplash.
Got it.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. I want to see Chibi-Robo supported. 3D Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
Supported a lot of stuff, by the way. That's just right into the ocean.
Like what?
Trace memory. Never brought back ever again.
Well, you
Touch Detective.
did your part because
Touch
those
Detective.
games both got sequels.
Just not here. So I didn't do my part in crap.
Did you buy the sequel? Did you buy them in Japan?
I bought the sequel to Hotel Dusk from Europe.
Yeah, you can't get a sequel to one of those games from Japan because they're all text-based.
The Legend of Legacy, which is a new RPG from Atlas.
Oh, I supported the hell out of Rub Rabbits.
Yeah, look,
There were 2 games there.
Yeah, and then they just disappeared.
they need to sell more than 2 copies to turn a profit. Okay?
Here's the thing. I want more of the IPs that I like.
Yeah, exactly.
Get it?
Yeah, no, I know. I know what you mean.
See what I did there?
Virtual Console on Wii U, Pocky and Rocky with Becky is available.
Fucking rocking.
Pocket Rocky and Becky.
Becky.
New 3DS new themes for 3DS include Sega's Game Gear theme, Sega's Genesis theme, and we also learned that Sega is bringing all of their hardware themes from Japan over to here. So if you want a Dreamcast theme on your 3DS, you can get that. If you want a Saturn theme on your 3DS, you can get that. They're on the way. Right now, just Game Gear and Genesis. There's also a Chibi-Robo and Friends theme. Now, other games available this week. See, Nintendo poops out other games at the bottom of their press release. It's like, oh, by the way, this crap's available, which I don't think is fair because some of it is good. Race the Sun is available, which Nintendo has footage of on his YouTube channel.
Which I've already decided or realized that this is based on that Eliza Dushku movie with James Belushi.
I'm not so familiar with her
It's about kids
movie lineup.
driving
solar
powered cars
yeah.
with James Belushi and Halle Berry.
This is a real movie?
Yes.
Is it called Race the Sun?
I'm sorry, you don't listen to me when I talk to you.
No, I thought you were making it up.
Sun, and it's about driving solar-powered cars across the Australian outback
with James
Belushi and Halle Berry and Eliza Dushku and not Pacey.
I have a question. How have we not watched this at movie night?
Because it's not a stupid
It's too
movie.
good.
Whispering Willows is available. Perpetual Blast is available. Timely, Goosebumps the game is available.
Well,
And
because
Well, because there's a
the
movie
movie's coming out.
I said timely.
Oh, we thought you were being
saying
sarcastic.
sarcastic because you've said that before.
Do you know,
Well,
speaking to
I saw
people-
that Jack Black trailer. I know it's on the way.
Actually, I thought you were just bringing it up because it's like October.
Man, 3 different interpretations. I like it. Yes.
You know, Rummy Cowboy tried to hit me in the head twice last night. Once with the remote control and once with the pillow. And I was wearing my brand new glasses, less than a week old, and it was like,
Oh, that's what you get for being a nerd.
like bam, right in my face.
And the Smurfs is available.
Did he like throw it at you?
Yes,
Oh, okay.
it was a
Now
direct
listen,
hit.
I tossed the controller towards her. Yes, I didn't mean to hit her in the face, and it didn't. I threw the pillow at her, and I meant to hit her in like the body, but not the face. And I apologized profusely right after.
Speaking of glasses, when are you going to get yours, a nerd boy?
Well, when you have wedding stuff to pay for.
Not our wedding.
Yeah.
You're paying for your sister's wedding.
No, like
She got
clothing and how much gift money and potentially hotel.
And let me just also add to that list. All of the bills for when you get into a car accident when you're driving to this thing and you don't have your glasses and you can't see too good.
No, I don't drive.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
when you
This one's got double new eyes, glasses, and contacts.
when you have to pay for a new computer because you
Eye
go to throw
shields.
your bottle of juice away and you miss the garbage can and it hits your computer.
a
And it's,
bottle of juice.
Yeah, vitamin water.
It's not vitamin water is not juice.
It's not
No,
water.
it's not water
It's
either.
sure ain't
Don't act like
water.
you're-
Wait.
Juice
I'm not the
before.
one that called it something, but it's not called juice.
Well, it is juice.
Like go-go juice.
Wait, you don't like juice?
No, I like juice. I
It's
just
Rami
wouldn't
Cowboy's
say vitamin
go-go
water
juice.
is juice.
It's sugar water.
Casey44 says, "Hope Chibi-Robo is good, as I love the Okay. Hope, I'm going to read it exactly how it's written. Hope Chibi-Robo is good as love the series. This please my Robo nipples.
Oh, that's why. It's a robot.
There's a special deal this week. It's called the Runbo or the Friends of Runbo sale. Who got Runbo? Not you. Runbo is out.
I bought Chibi-Robo. Get off my
I
ass.
bought Chibi-Runbo. Leave me alone.
Get off. Come on. Who
purchase-
else here supported Chibi-Robo? Right.
Purchase Runbo on the Wii U at
Did
full
you buy
price.
Chibi-Robo?
No, I didn't.
Oh, really? You didn't support Chibi-Robo? If he dies, it's your fault.
I can't
Into the
deny it.
trash heap, Chibi. Trobo.
Buy Runbo at full price and you can save up to 30% on these select Wii U and 3DS games. A lineup of stellar games all around. If you don't have these games in your collection, you should, but now you can get them cheaper. So what games can you get cheaper if you have Runbo? Runner 2, Future Legend of Rhythm Alien. Azure Striker Gunvolt. Chariot. Mutant Muds. Guacamelee Super Turbo Championship Edition.
Guacamole.
SteamWorld Dig. Mutant Muds Deluxe. Zeo Drifter. Scram Kitty and his buddy on rails.
That sounds like an amazing
Scram
game.
Kitty's great. Sports Ball. Still Think 2, A Game of Clones. SteamWorld Dig. Teslagrad. The Fall. And Zeo Drifter on Wii U. Not a bad game in that lot. I've played.
Oh, what's the fun? That's the one where
I played every single one of
Time?
them. No, I haven't played Teslagrad. Huh?
Or you don't rewind time, but you like teleport your body to different places.
What
The
game?
Fall.
I didn't hear you. I'm sorry. No, that is.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm positive.
What's the Fall? You play in all.
It's another outer space game, but more. It's more story oriented. God, what is the name of that game? Guys that are in the chat room, it's the space game where you make clones of yourself. And it's like a puzzle platformer. Oh man, they'll think of it.
You're not even looking.
I'm looking right here. There's a delay between when they hear and when they can answer. So yeah, there's some extra incentive to pick up one of those games. Lots of them, all of them great. I just say I can't personally tell you Teslagrad's good because I haven't played it, but I've heard great things. Sefron says, this is awesome for people who haven't picked up any of these. That said, I have all of them.
No
Yeah,
incentive.
there really isn't a bad one in that lot. Level 5 says they're currently weighing their options for Yokai Watch 2 as far as localizations go. The Swapper, thank you, R42, that's it.
That just sounds dirty.
They're weighing their options for Yokai Watch 2 localization because it's a special circumstance. And they also said that amiibo support is possible. This comes from Level 5 Chief Operating Officer Yukari Hayakawa. They say in Japan, one of the Yokai Watch 2 games is called Gonzo, another one is Hunk, and there's Shinuchi as well. So there's actually 3 titles that are all tied to the second game. So they haven't made the decision on what one to release in the US yet, whether they'll do all 3, whether it'll be just one, whether it'll be all physical, whether it'll be digital. So they don't know what they're doing yet because it's a special circumstance. And they also were asked about amiibo support, and they said they didn't have anything official, but they do admit that it would be possible to add in amiibo support.
Somebody's smoking outside.
So there you go. Next Level God says, bring Inazuma 11. Something completely unrelated, but I hope it happens. Hey, another guessing game.
Jeez.
How many millions has the Scribblenauts franchise sold?
Total.
Millions.
How many games are out now? 3, 4?
Way more than that.
Like how many millions of copies?
Yes, how many? The whole franchise. How many millions of copies?
7.3 million.
Okay, Lombrain.
No, it's more than that.
What are you guessing for?
How many copies were sold?
Of what?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
15 million.
You can't guess.
Price is Right rules.
Kirby, do you have a guess?
12 million?
Kirby is the winner.
What?
13
Oh,
million
wow.
for the Scribblenauts franchise. So yeah, started on a DS. It was on the Wii, right? I think so.
Yeah, right? I think so.
Wii U, 3DS, other regular consoles, cell phones, all that good
I
stuff.
didn't know there was cell phones.
So one of them was like been in like the top 25 on the iPhone side of things. I don't know. I think it's paid. It's got to be paid. So 13 million. There you go. And there's been all kinds of spin-offs and sequels. There's been the Scribblenauts Unmasked, which was all the DC kind of characters in there. Then there was the Scribblenauts, whatever it was called, that launched on the Wii U. A whole bunch of them. Chosen One Knuckles says, pretty crazy that it did all that with the very late releases or no releases at all here in the UK and over in Europe.
And it's not a big team that does it, right?
Well, it got much bigger. Yeah, originally Fifth Cell wasn't too big, but yeah, Warner Brothers publishes it now, so it's a much bigger team. And finally, I did my review of Chibi-Robo Ziplash.
Maybe I should have read that before I bought it.
You guys know I'm a fan of the character. So you can read what I said about the game. You know, I don't give scores, but I try and give you more important information, like, you know, what I actually felt when I played the game, how I think of the overall experience, rather than saying 4 out of 10. Panurge Jr. says, I've never played a Chibi-Robo game and ordered this game as much for the amiibo as anything, but the original game has always been a sort of virtual backlog of games I mean to get around to someday. So I completely understand the notion of the appeal of the character. After all, I don't buy every amiibo, and not every character makes my personal cut, so Chibi-Robo himself is the only one who could have sold me on him, his amiibo, or his new game. Hyperstar96 says, he quotes me in the review, I say, it may not be amazing, but it's still quite enjoyable. What it lacks in innovation, it makes up for with charm and heart. And Hyperstar says, that's exactly what I wanted to hear. This was never going to be some overly innovative masterpiece, but a charming 2D platformer with memorable characters and heart and an amiibo is more than enough for me.
Nintendo says that it's one of the originals, one of the few games that he has 100%ed.
Chibi-Robo?
Yeah, the original.
I still have my copy of Chibi-Robo. I don't believe I got 100%, but I have very fond memories of going around and scrubbing things with toothbrushes.
I remember really enjoying it and feeling like I really had, like I could really, it was really open-ended and I could kind of explore the way I wanted to.
I think one of the big reasons I like Chibi-Robo, well, I mean, music and sound effects are important to all games, but I really enjoy the way characters speak in Chibi-Robo, and I love the sound effects of Chibi-Robo himself, and all those things have been retained. Just adds to the charm. That's our top stories for today. For everybody. Sound like Rick. Nicky Hill. What have you been playing?
Anything.
Okay, Kirby, what have you been playing? I'm sorry,
did I
your
play
time
that?
is up.
Wait, when did we play Dimensions? That was 2
Yeah,
weeks
that
ago.
no, that well, yeah.
Was that last week? Was I here last weekend?
Yeah,
I don't
You
know.
were.
When did we
Where
watch
was I?
Spenguli?
yeah. You were here last weekend.
Svengoolie's on today.
Yep. Yep.
Have you been catching up on Svengoolie?
I have been watching things about him. He was just this week on a Chicago news station, their morning news. It was the 2 morning news hosts, Svengoolie and Regis Philbin. And Regis and Svengoolie were talking to each other.
Is Regis from Chicago?
Looks very old now. Now that he's not got his Regis and Kelly Ripa
Regis Philbin
makeup on.
Right.
He looks super old. So it's him like.
Well, there was something.
There was something
recently that came out where he was like, "Yeah, I'll go back to hosting a TV show or something." Yeah. But like he was like, "Yeah."
He looks old. He's still like got it, but
Right.
he looks
But he-
very old.
When you guys left that night, I ate almost an entire box of rye flatbread crisps while I watched Svengoolie.
So you want to talk about Lego Dimensions?
Liked it. Next.
Kirby.
I think all I really played was Happy Wheels.
Oh yes.
So
I couldn't do that game.
Oh,
It's
my
tough,
leg.
And I just
yeah, it is really tough.
right on it.
I still have like 2 levels to go with the Segway guy.
They get really hard at the end.
Yeah, and I'm assuming like he's got the easiest mode of transportation, right? Like all the others.
Yeah,
that
I mean,
watched
like the
videos
bike, you
do.
got to worry about the baby in the back, and well, you don't have to, but it adds different physics. Yeah, you know, the fat lady in the shopping, whatever it is, she's
Jazzy.
not shopping Jazzy. She's not too hard to control.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, Segway Guy is like the unofficial mascot of the game. We're talking about the iPhone version, the App Store version of Happy Wheels, an official release, which is out now. If you never played Happy Wheels, get it. It's free, and it's hysterical. As long as you don't mind blood and guts, it's hysterical. So that's it then?
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
And as long as you don't mind having to restart from the beginning, even though you completed really hard parts and then died on a stupid part.
What a whiner.
There's no save points.
Animal Crossing Happy Home Designer, and I played a little Maleficent Freefall last night, but it was just because I was bored.
That's what you do with those freefall games. You just well, got a couple minutes. Let me try to. Well, went through 3 lives. I'm done.
Well, and so here's something that's not really related, but it is. So after I just got the new iPhone, and I keep getting a message that's like, couldn't back up your phone, not enough storage space, because I'm sure that the girl at the Verizon store like backed everything up to my cloud before she, switched over my phone. So today I was like, all right, well, let me see what I can do about that. And I looked, and both I have Frozen and Maleficent, both of them were set to back up to my cloud.
You don't want to lose that progress. What are you,
so
crazy?
You guys should check your phones, because that's probably
I don't
happening.
need to, because I don't use the cloud.
Remember when I was saying, oh, it's weird because I updated my phone after last week or whatever because I was trying to save space and everything. First off, it wouldn't update because I didn't have enough space to update. So I deleted enough stuff to finally update, and my location services were on. It would not turn off. And I tried turning off a bunch of stuff that I could see were running, and then just 2 days ago or something, I got messages on my phone saying, hey, this is running using your locations. If you want to turn it off, go to your settings. Turn that off. Hey, this is running right now. If you want to turn it off, go to your location services. Okay. And basically there's a bunch of apps that you can have always, never, or only when using the app.
Yeah.
But they automatically switch to always.
Right. Of course.
So it's just going to continue draining your phone and using your data and everything else. And it's like, what the heck?
Like she got this new phone and she got the iPad as well. And iMessage was on. So text she was getting on her phone will come to this. So I turned it off. Then there was an update. Turned it back on again.
And then I got a text while I was working on my lesson plans, and the iPad dinged too, and I was like, son of a bitch, I turned
Then yesterday,
it off.
while you were at work, I'm sitting in my office working, and I hear a text message noise. My phone's right there. I'm like, oh, the windows are open. It's somebody
in the
outside.
house.
And I heard it again. I was like, it's that goddamn iPad again. And I went in, and it was on again. So I don't know.
I don't know. They just keep.
So I mean, I took a good 20 minutes to read through your text, and then I turned it off again.
You did not, did you?
No, I deleted all of them. Better not have deleted them.
No, you better not be reading my text.
They're all from him, and he's just reading it, going, "Oh, I remember."
I love happy homelessness.
If you want to know what we're talking about, look up Jay Versace on Vine or on YouTube, and look up "I peed on myself." You'll probably find
so freaking funny.
Is that it?
Have you seen it, Kirby? Yeah, that's it. It's so good.
Maybe I have.
It's the Vine that propelled him to stardom. So what did I play? I've been waiting to talk about this.
Oh
for
boy!
quite a
Now's
while.
the time for us to go grab a coffee, a bathroom break.
You haven't been paying attention to the whole show. What does it matter?
I'm so tired.
So I played Word Brain, which is a mobile game. My mom's been playing it.
Was doing great until he got to frustrated,
and she told me about it. So I checked it out. It plays like Boggle, except there are two. You have to make very specific words, but it doesn't tell you what those words are. So it'll say like we need a 5-letter word and we need a 3-letter word. So you can make like penis, and it wouldn't work.
Mm-hmm.
But you could do because it's looking for a very specific word. Like it might be house.
Who's never looking for penis?
This game, not yet. It loves the word mince. I can tell you that. I've gotten mince like 3 times,
Like
and that was the word.
MINCE?
Yeah, not MINTS. Yeah, I know. So I've been playing that. Played Lego Dimensions with Nikki Hill.
What'd you think about that?
Good.
Here's all I'll say. If you're gonna get Lego Dimensions, you got to get the Portal expansion.
Just
pack.
make sure you know what you're doing.
Yeah, but it's all new content, and the humor is still there, just like the original. Like,
Yeah.
Is it
So-
Wheatley?
Wheatley, yeah.
Yeah.
He's-
Wheatley.
He's like I think I was like folding.
Wheaton.
I was folding clothes or something, and I just started like thinking about him. I love him. I love that guy.
So wait, let me ask. So you put the portal together with instructions like you'd put any other Lego together, but then Raw Meat.
Are you reading this question?
No, Raw Meat asked me if I'd put together the like individual sets, and when I opened it up, it was like, please refer to the game to put them together.
I didn't know that. I thought it
Now,
came with
how
a
do they-
booklet like the other thing.
Now, how is that presented in the game?
Just like a virtual book.
When you get to a point in the game, it comes up, and like your screen becomes like the page.
Yeah, it
you
looks
turn the
exactly
page as
like
you
the
want
book.
to.
Yeah, it
That's
looks
cool.
exactly like the book, except it's full
I
screen.
could really use that with some kids at school. That'd be awesome.
So we played that. We did the first part, which was the
It doesn't
Wizard.
happen a lot. Like in
Yeah.
that one, it happened twice.
We,
Well, it only comes with 2 or 3 things.
we played
anyway.
the Wizard of Oz and finished that.
Finished.
What?
That's part of the regular game. You go through the Wizard of Oz. You go down the Yellow Brick Road and you fight the witch.
Yellow Brick Road.
Yellow Brick Road. And then we did the portal thing, which we were idiots and went into like the portal hub first and didn't know what the hell to do because that's not the story mode. Then we figured out what we were doing, went into the story mode and played the whole portal story, which took like what, a couple hours maybe? Hour and a half?
Maybe. Yeah.
But it was great, yeah. And then we went back to go into story mode just to see where we were going to next, and this dropped us off in Springfield, and that's where we stopped. So we're inside the Simpsons house right now. But we're playing that. We like it. I've been playing Yoshi's Woolly World this week. So good. Great music. I'm so impressed with the music in that game. For those that don't know,
Grape music.
Mr. Tezuka wanted to make sure the game had a new song in every level. And he said, well, it's not fair of me to ask that of our sound design team when I'm not inputting anything. So he took it upon himself to learn guitar so he could create songs for the game.
Wow.
So he plays on some of the songs in the game, which is really awesome. So yeah, I mean, like, Yoshi, what's it called? New Yoshi's Island or Yoshi's New Island? Whatever. You know,
it's a little ridiculous.
it
Doesn't
wasn't,
doesn't it?
Yoshi's New Island.
you don't listen to me.
New Yoshi's New Island.
You don't listen to me. I agree with the new thing, just like R42 was saying. The land and world is fine.
New Yoshi's Island. No.
Land.
New
Yoshi's
new-
Island world.
new Yoshi's New Island world.
Island U World.
Yoshi's
Land.
New Island world.
New Yoshi's New Island world. New Yoshi's New
Super
Island.
new.
Super
But anyway,
duper.
that game was okay. You know, it wasn't great. I liked it, but it wasn't, you know, anything special. This is like the next real Yoshi game. This is the real deal. This is a lot of fun. Very well done. Great music. Graphics are obviously awesome. As long as you're into yarn. But it feels great. They really sped
Feels
Yoshi
real
up.
soft.
Yoshi feels like pants. Yoshi moves a lot quicker than I thought he would, but it's a lot of fun. It's great. All kinds of hidden stuff. So you have the yarn spools to collect. You have the daisies or whatever how they are in all the Yoshi games. You get a bonus for going through a level on full health. And then you have, there's something I forgot. 20 Miiverse stamps in each level too. So plenty of stuff to collect. I like going through a level very slowly and collecting, trying to get everything first shot. If I don't, I go back in. If you collect all the yarn, you unlock a new type of Yoshi. Like a new color scheme of Yoshi. It'll be like chocolate Yoshi or something like
And
that.
Yoshi turns into vehicles.
I believe there are vehicles. Yeah. The one transformation I've seen so far is a bumbershoot,
I'm sorry?
an umbrella,
Oh, okay.
where you float through like a canopy.
A canopy?
A canopy.
Canal.
But yeah, it's great. And you can play that co-op, or you can tap the amiibo down and just have double Yoshis if you want. It's great. It's a lot of fun. Review embargo is up on Monday, I think. I don't remember. Very soon. So I'll tell you guys all about that. But if you want to see footage, go watch the Parents Play video.
That's so funny. You can watch footage of it, but no embargo.
Well, you can watch. I'm allowed to
Certain
show
amounts.
footage of very specific parts. Like I've said in the past, Nintendo's like embargo sheets are very, very specific about what you can and can't show.
So you play as Yoshi.
I can confirm this, yes.
And Yoshi is a lizard?
Yoshi T. Munchakoopas.
That's his name?
It's his real name. I swear to God, that's his real name.
Do we know for sure if he's a dinosaur or not?
I want to say we do.
Okay.
I think there's.
Didn't you see the movie?
He's right.
That's true.
So the other thing I played this week is something last week I've been saying I wanted to play. It was on my list of things to play. And this week I was like, damn it, I'm just going to play it. I downloaded Undertale on Steam. I don't even know how to begin to explain how amazing this game is. It is... I think it's the most original and unique game I've ever played. It's an RPG, but it's an action RPG. But battling is still done through menus. So saying it like that makes it sound like,
Like
Mario and
like
Luigi
it's not
or
an
Paper
action
Mario.
RPG.
So what happens in battles is you'll encounter an enemy, random encounters. The enemy will be on a box in the top of the screen.
Mhm.
Then there's your options on the bottom, which are there's like item, there's attack, whatever it's called, fight, I think. So there's fight, act, item, and mercy. So you can do mercy in that. You can ask the enemy for mercy, or you can run away from them. Item as your items. Act is you can try like talking to the enemy to try and get them to change, their mind.
Shakespearean scene.
Or like sometimes enemies are dogs, and your act option is pet. You can pet them to try and calm them down, or you can just do regular fighting. So when the enemy attacks, there's another box on the bottom of the screen that has a red heart. That is you. You are represented by the heart, and you move it up, down, left, right, and diagonal. And the enemy will attack, and the attacks appear in that box. So like there's one enemy that loves to flex his arms.
Mhm.
So when he attacks, the box turns into his arms coming in from the left and the right, like flexing, and you have to weave in between them to not get hit. And if you get hit by them, you lose health. And this goes on for like 5 seconds, I'd say 5 or 6 seconds.
PC?
It's called Undertale. It's about this girl that falls down a hole into this land that is ruled by monsters.
Original.
Very.
It is
So original.
unbelievably unique. It's amazing. It's got a fantastic soundtrack too. But I cannot recommend it enough. I just
Who wrote
beat
it?
it last
Who wrote
night. Toby Fox, I believe, is the guy. I don't know
All
if he's
by
done any
himself?
other games. Programming and other stuff he got help with. I think he was the sole writer. I'm sure he got input from people.
He wrote the
But-
soul into the game.
But it is insane, and it's got more replay value than any other game I can think of. Like your first time through, I will say give
you beat it?
yeah, just last night, 5 to 10 hours first time through. I'd give it somewhere in there, but replay value is ridiculously off the charts. Like, and it's not like new game plus and enemies are harder. Like lots of different reasons to play. Like lots and lots of different reasons to play over again. And every decision you make matters. And I know games say that, but this one really means it. Like every time you save, every way you interact with a character, everywhere you go, everything you do, other characters will reference it. New things happen in the game. You'll have completely different dialogue experiences with people. It remembers everything.
How many times have you played this game?
Yeah, wait. So characters like talk about how many times you
I beat it
saved?
once.
Or
Sometimes they'll make reference of it. Yeah.
what? How do they know?
I'm trying to think of other instances like that. And other characters talk about like what you did to enemies in the game or how you handle experiences. And there's so much I want to say, but I don't want to ruin it. It's insane. It's so amazing. I am dying to see somebody play it. If you're wondering what the graphics are like, it's like very old school looking, except when you get into battle screens. Battle screens are still old school graphics, but nicely detailed, and it's just black and white with a green text box. But it looks kind of like Earthbound. I wouldn't say it's as clean or nice looking as Earthbound, but it's Earthbound-ish. Dialogue is fantastic. It's got a lot of humor in it. It's got a lot of sentimental moments in it. Like, it is amazing. I reached out to the developer to see if they have any plans to port it to any system. Obviously I asked about Wii U and 3DS. So I don't know. We'll see what happens, but I cannot recommend it enough. I don't even know how much it costs. It was like at most $15. I think it was like 13 or 12. Totally worth it. Even if you don't play RPGs, like me, you have to play it. It's fantastic. Best game I've played in a very long time. I played a lot of great games recently, but this one is like a very specific experience. It has a few elements like other games, but it does a whole bunch of things in completely different ways. I very highly recommend it. So I played that. Undertale, yes.
Is it because you're underground?
It's because when
It's
you
a
get
story about
scared,
being
your
underground.
tail tucks up under you.
So let me do Mom Brain. We're really behind,
whoa.
but
It's a
you want
family
to get
show.
the music ready?
Mm-hmm.
It's because we had to guess so many times.
It's because I interject.
And I'll get the Twitter question up.
Twiddle your bean question.
This week I asked you guys about the hardest game you've ever played, in your opinion, and if you ever managed to beat it, or if you're still struggling with it.
I'm a quitter.
Like how you said that in kind of a crying
I
voice.
was yawning. I'm a quitter.
My name's Nikki Hill, and I'm a quitter.
I got a book
Hi, Nikki.
for this month.
Hmm?
It's Ray Bradbury short stories called
Ooh.
October Stories. I thought it was
Oh yeah,
seasonal
because
topic.
you wrote
Appropriate.
the Halloween tree.
Brian Rose.
I don't even think that's in there.
Aw.
But it's just a bunch of short stories of like creepy, strange little things. And I've read quite possibly one of my favorite short stories, at least of his, which I haven't read many, but I think I've read my favorite story of that book so far, and
Oh yeah.
slightly more.
BR26. Brian
BR
Rose is BR26, the guy who writes on the site Wednesdays and Thursdays. He says, the 3 Donkey Kong Country games get really tough at the end, but I did beat them. Just tons of trial and error. Rain Games says, Battletoads has been up there. It took me 10 years, a 10-year break before I managed to beat it.
Wow. But you beat it?
JerryBear1218 says, as much as I loved F-Zero GX's story mode, it was frustratingly hard. Never beat it, but probably will before we get a new game. The Mega Travis says, Dark Souls, I can't even get past the first boss. I'm glad I got it for free because I don't think I'll ever beat it. Badaga Takanawa says, I don't know why, but I can't defeat the Shadow Queen of Paper Mario The 1,000-Year Door. It's been 8 years. Jonathan Higgins says, La Mulana is the hardest platformer I've beaten. Unchained Blades wins for hardest RPG. Had to finish that by a deadline. Andy Carolan says, I don't know if it's the most challenging game I've played, but I recently picked up Nano Strike. It's kicking my ass.
Oh yeah. Those games are hard.
Endgamer says, Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze is challenging and fun. Oswald Satriani says, Ninja Gaiden 2 for the 360. The Path of the Master was like a kick in the nuts. Never beat it. Timothy Honeycutt, who I believe you're hanging out with,
Not anymore.
says Super Mario Bros. 3 never could beat it as a kid, and I just haven't tried again recently. R4D2 says XCOM gets deliciously complex, and here's a link to Paul Lynn's Halloween special for no reason. That is funny that it came up. Nuclear Omega says Batman Forever on Genesis. I've had that game since I was a kid, and I still can't beat it. Cube Enigma says Super Meat Boy. Still can't 100% it, and now it's on PlayStation with a worse soundtrack. Geek Things Podcast says Ghosts and Goblins on the NES. Game is the most frustrating game, but it is so good. Great music and sound. Real Battletoad says Lords of the Fallen and Nope. Too difficult. Whiskey Cupcake says too many to name. Spirit Track's final boss caused me to delete my save file. Never try again. Wow, really? Dutch Poet says I still need to beat TMNT on the NES. I beat Zelda 2. Super Mario Bros. 3 was cool when you made the ending. Spinalization says the hard mode in Donkey Kong Country
Donkey
Tropical
Kong.
Freeze. It's pretty devilish. Supported Coffee says the most challenging game I've ever beaten is the original Metroid. I refused to cheat, so it took a while. Haiku Horner says TMNT and Bayou Billy on the NES. Bayou Billy, there's a great one.
Jeez.
You remember the Bayou Billy?
Wait, you can beat that game too?
Hikomori Media says, when I was a kid, Star Tropic, insta-death screens, pits, cryptic puzzles, and brutal bosses. I beat it. Still a challenge. HH Big Boss says, Ninja Gaiden / Black for what do you do here? Says Ninja Gaiden / Black for Xbox. That Alma boss fight with no health items is one of the most frustrating moments I've ever had. Big Boss, I am with you on that. I remember that very well. Julio Morataya says F-Zero GX unlocked AX Cup once at 2 in the morning. Ninja Gaiden on NES never got past Act 6-2 with enough energy for the boss. Battle Tank Bob says, I don't beat many games. So many quality titles are released, and I have a disposable income. I don't even beat easy ones now. Panurge Jr. says, I'm old enough to have played Battletoads, and no, I never beat it, even with a Game Genie. Martin Stuff says, life's too short for such a badly designed game. He's talking about Silver Surfer on the NES. I knew it was a tough game. I never beat it because, well, it's considered the hardest game ever. Raz Vita Guild says, probably Super Monkey Ball 2. I did manage to beat the story mode, but it took lots of time and effort. Caleb Song says, Crash Mo by a million miles. I literally regret beating the bonus levels. The game got so hard that it stopped being fun. Nestor64 says, I think the most difficult game has become Super Mario Maker. The levels people tend to design are insane. Taylor Adams BK says, Paper Mario 1000-Year Door. That final boss was difficult, but I beat the game. Paunchberry says, I'd have to say Bloodborne. I've never had the reflexes for dodging on time, and I'm terrible at remembering boss patterns. Shiru GL says F-Zero GX, and yes, I beat it fair and square. And finally, Casey El Kai Guy says, beating Super Smash Bros. Brawl boss battle on Intense. Well, good for you. Lots of F-Zeros in there, F-Zero GX, and I agree with that. F-Zero GX is a very difficult game. I will not look at the screen, Mom Brain. Let's do some music.
Let's.
Why are we doing
I'm
this?
turning it this way so you can't see it, but I can.
Can't see it anyway.
Wow.
First song we've got on schedule for today is from Raj Chaos.
Kirby. It's a Kirby game. Right?
Well,
Okay. Well means like Smash Brothers.
Yep.
Wii U and 3DS.
You got it.
Well,
Is Dan in the Hangout?
no, I got it.
You got it?
We're
I
doing
can
10?
trust you?
Yeah, you can trust me.
Alrighty. So, this next song
Yeah, you can use it.
we have comes from Bowling for Bear.
Donkey Kong something.
Yeah, it is Donkey Kong something.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Donkey Konga.
Yep.
Wow.
How did that happen?
Put it together like it was nothing.
That was a guess. Little guess.
Hey, guess or not, you got it right.
Mind guessing.
We will move it along so it's.
Okay, we gotta go there. We're waiting.
All right. So that was from Bowling for Bear, and it was in fact Donkey Konga. Next song comes from My Body Is Ready.
Is this a menu screen?
I don't know.
Feels like Dog Island.
It's not. It's not a menu screen.
Oh, this sounds like Church, the game.
I was gonna say it's got like a very Japanese feel to it.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
What system is it?
3DS.
What is a 3DS game that would keep the Japanese language song? It's got like a bouncy, kiddie, childy feel to it. It's like, I'm going to school. It's a
The
great
song
day.
is about a child who is 10.
Well, I know my anime songs. All right, so a song's about a child who's 10. Is it a boy or a girl?
I don't know.
Okay. What's Sayonara Omahara Kawasa?
No.
Okay. Something about I'm a little boy and there's some monsters in my town and they
Something
fight each
about
other.
monsters.
God damn it. Attack of the Friday Monsters?
You got it.
Take that, Japan.
It was Attack of the Friday Monsters on 3DS from
I'm on to you, Japan.
My Body Is Ready.
I know your goddamn anime music.
This one comes from Sal, your pal.
Got RPG feel.
It looks like an RPG.
So like a Rune Factory or a Harvest Moon?
Nope.
That sounds
Moon Factory? Is it Super Nintendo?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Alright, so it's Secret of Mana.
Nope.
Secret of Evermore.
Nope.
Is it a
Final
secret?
Fantasy something.
Nope. Nope.
No. Lufia.
Nope.
Lagoon? Wait, really?
It's something Lagoon.
Bahamut Lagoon?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, good for you, Kirby.
I was thinking of that game. It was like a really, I don't know, it was like right around the time the Super NES came out. I think it was just called Lagoon.
I don't remember. Do you remember what it was about?
It was like a Zelda type game, right?
That's what this kind of looks like.
I just remember like seeing the word Lagoon.
Well done. It came to us from Sal, your pal. This one accidentally got played the other day at movie night. And it comes from Nate Senpai.
Oh, was it Dog Island?
Nope.
Peter and the Wolf. The movie with me.
Oh.
I was thinking of this.
Oh, yeah. I never played it, but yeah, that box art is very familiar.
What system is this for?
We.
Oh, it wasn't
Little Pink Story.
it wasn't Dog Island. It was something about animals, though, right? It's something about animals. Dogs, cats, pets,
Cats.
cats, pets, cats. Ubisoft's cats.
Pets, cats.
Two?
You know,
Yeah. Pets, cats,
and
too.
other creatures.
That was from Nate Senpai. Pets, cats, too. All right. So this next song comes from Mikey3319.
Oh, my God. It's beat 'em up.
Is it new or old?
Old.
So you know it. We have to get going. We're way behind. So if you know it, stop playing games.
It's TMNT3, the Manhattan Project.
You're
You're right.
You gotta keep it moving, man. You gotta
On the
keep it
NES.
It's just such a good song.
And it came from Mikey3319. Next song comes from Denvy. You'll get this one.
Oh no! Why do I know this?
moving. Thanks.
Oh, it's Xanadu.
It is. Xanadu it is. And that came to us from Denvy.
Man, we're doing really well.
This one comes from Maximilian
I just
X.
Yeah, I guessed it.
Wait, this sounds familiar.
Okay, then guess it. I can't place the system. Is this Super Nintendo?
No.
Wait, is this a Castlevania?
Nope.
What system is it?
Well, it's on Virtual Console or, one of those. But originally TurboGrafx.
Jesus Christ. Air Zone.
Nope.
No, wait.
No. It sounds great. Based on it.
Well, my TurboGrafx knowledge is lacking, so
No, wait, are you sure it's not Rondo of Blood?
I'm sure.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I'm not 100% sure.
Rondo of Blood, I
Double
know
check.
the soundtrack, but it's not Rondo of Blood, but it's definitely got that same feeling. Does it say Dracula in the title? Nope. Just making sure it's free. Akujimono Dracula. I don't know what it is.
Is it one of the E's games?
Yeah, it is.
Wait, what is it?
E's, you know?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right, E's 2, E's 3.
It's E's book 1 and 2.
Book 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Oh my
Did you
god.
get that?
Well done, Kirby.
I actually played that on the
That's
virtual
great.
console. I totally forgot about
That is great.
And
And that was from Cyberpunk. Here comes one from Wired.
Sexy time.
Killer 7.
No.
Hotel Dusk.
No.
Bayonetta?
Good guess. Duckman, the game.
No.
Why wasn't there a Duck?
You say no like it's like, no, you should know this.
That's what I was saying.
I think you should know this.
It's got a platinum feel, you're right. You know,
Mad World.
No.
Ghost Trick?
Nope.
Oh, that was a good guess. Is it a DS game?
No.
Is it a jazz-based game?
Yeah, what system?
GameCube.
It's a jazz-based GameCube.
GameCube.
GameCube. What the hell is this?
What the hell is a
I played
GameCube?
it?
I think so.
Well, the streak's gonna be broken. I don't know.
I don't know why this is-
Nope.
GameCube. What?
Eternal Darkness.
Nope.
What is this jazzy, smoky feeling? It's not first party, is it?
Nope.
Yeah. I can't fit it anywhere. GameCube.
What's that? Full Throttle or that adventure game?
It's on
Part of a
PC.
Yeah,
series.
that wasn't on game.
Part of a series.
A well-known franchise.
Oh boy, you're kidding.
Pretty sure Dew really likes this series.
Oh, okay.
Resident Evil 4?
Yeah.
Oh!
Yep.
What, Resident Evil 4? Really?
Yep.
Wait, Resident Evil 4?
Yeah,
It
what?
says-
Does he have it? Does you
Nope.
have a name of the song?
Nope.
It's probably like the music they play like between when you're doing mercenaries. Maybe it's the music they play after you complete a mission.
I know you can get the gangster hat and the Tommy gun. That's the feeling I get from it. But
Chicago
What was I
type.
watching?
that's
Oh,
right, the Chicago
just to say,
Type.
we were watching Sleepy Hollow, the Tim Burton movie, and the town, there's a street with a church at the end of it. When I was watching it, it looks so similar to the town in Resident Evil 4, where like all of the what's it called?
The Ganados.
I was trying to think of that word. Yeah, I don't know.
It
the
looks
name
it
of
looks so like you have to watch it just to see that and go, holy cow, that's right.
it. Guys, we have one left, and we haven't missed one yet.
All right, let's do
So that
this.
was Resident Evil 4 from Wired.
this one's
And
Nintendo,
here's The
so-
Kiss of Death. This one comes from Nintendo.
Phoenix Wright.
All right. Is it first party?
First party.
Yeah,
I
okay.
know this song.
Okay. Nikki Hill knows it.
I feel like I do. I feel like I knew the other one.
Is it Kirby's Epic Yarn?
Nope.
Is it Yoshi's Woolly World? Okay.
This is way too good to be anything.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is just the band Air.
Is it a Wii something?
Sure is.
Okay. Wii Sports.
Nope.
Wii Sports Resort.
No,
Wii Play.
We Fit.
we play.
More. What was that edition?
There was this. I don't even remember. Was there?
You're on the right track with that. The first couple letters.
We Party.
We play.
Resort.
Or no, the first couple letters of that word.
We play.
We play music. We play Motion Plus.
Motion. We play Motion.
Oh, so yeah, there were more.
Was the staff credits. And
That song sounds.
I don't even know what We Play Motion is.
well, that's what
When they
Dan
came
said.
out with Motion Plus, it's like here's
What
more.
was in that game? I don't even remember. Was We Play Motion something different, or did
no,
it just
We-
come with the Motion Plus?
We Play came with Motion Plus. Came with the controller. We Play came with Motion
Use your
Plus. I
iPad.
think that's the
Oh,
change there.
Man, so we got 10 out of 10.
Would
Take that.
recommend. It's a really nice song, though, isn't it?
Nice
All
job.
right, turn it off. It is a good
It
song.
sickens me.
We Play Motion. Here it is. God damn it! I forgot all about this game.
So it is a separate game than We Play? Share it. Share.
I'm looking. It's got the like fake duck hunt game. It's got. Why don't I remember this? This is like a void in my mind.
It's got like a knock hockey or like air hockey game.
No, that was. Okay, now I remember it. It had the
Tanks.
game. Here.
Now we'll
It
never
had the
know for
game
sure.
where you held the ice cream cone and the ice cream plops came down.
I
and you had to
remember that
balance
one.
it in the air. Now I remember it.
Do I have to play this?
You can do whatever you want. Well, we're
Speaking
very
of
late.
Nintendan,
Oh.
a very happy birthday, belated, to
Happy birthday,
Nintendan
Dan.
and
And
Poopaloop, who
Poopaloop.
share a birthday.
All right, we're way late. Thanks for listening to this supersized show,
Can't turn
everybody.
this off. Where's the
Let's see you
volume
next
on
week.
this?
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Farewell. God, I'm freezing.
Bye. Thanks for
Thanks for
stopping by.
stopping by.
You should have said something.
It's okay.
You shut the window.
I thought you wanted them open for some reason.
Well, we did want them open, but we don't want you cold. That's the last thing we want. Ugh. Man,
I don't remember that.
10 out of 10.
Would recommend.
We did it. We did it, guys. We did it.
You did it.
I don't think we've ever pulled together in a music section like that before. We've gotten 10 out of 10 before, but Poopaloop is
I don't remember that.
the guy who used to do bi-weekly comics for the podcast.
Disc golf?
And
That.
most recently,
Oh, it's not
every Parents Play episode opens with an intro that he made. So now you know.
He's also responsible for part of our engagement.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he made the engagement video. Or the proposal video. I gave him on brain. All right. Well, this is done exporting, or this is going through exporting, and we had a supersized show anyway. So thanks for watching and thanks for listening. We are going to get out of here. Have a lovely weekend. Enjoy the rest of Comic-Con if you're attending, or the coverage in general.
Hey, be nice to each other out there.
You dicks.
Goodbye, everybody.
That I remember. The ghosts?